What's going on, beautiful people? Daniel Magyar in the building with another lesson today. We're going to go through 7 steps. How do you find out whether a woman is attracted to you or not? You have a suspicion, but you're not sure. Well, her body language is going to say it all. Her body language is going to expose what words are hiding. Because the words could be just fabricated so it fits her narrative, but the body language is subconscious. And that never lies. See, she doesn't really have a control of what her body does, not consciously. That's how you can find out a lot about attraction. Now, before I start, of course, you can find my services at themprotrainer.com. You can join my 1, 3, and a 6-month coaching program that's focused on the finances, relationships, and fitness, of course. I mean, I've been doing fitness for 12 years. Now we're just adding more relationships and psychology into the arsenal. Of course, finances as well. If you guys are looking for the beef that's really high quality, you can order grass-fed, grass-finished beef from my company, dmbeef.com. You will find the link in the description of every video. We ship nationwide to all states. And also, if you're trying to build a meal plan by yourself and we want to know my methods, I published a book that's called Weight Loss Without Plateau. In this book, I describe every detail of metabolism and how I approach weight loss. I've done it successfully for thousands of people for the past 12 years, and this method is proven and works like a clock. So, let's get to it. The point number 1 to really evaluate whether a woman is attracted to you or not is her eye contact. Okay? She holds your gaze a second longer than necessary or repeatedly looks at you and then looks away quickly. This is conscious. She consciously looks at you and then she's nervous and then she looks away. That is usually a conscious way of women communicating that she wants your attention. She's inviting you for a debate. She's inviting you for a conversation. She's being playful. She's looking at you, looking away, looking at you, looking away. Right away, as soon as you notice her staring at you, she looks away. That's how she communicates. Come here, talk to me, open a conversation, seduce me, I'm open. Okay, so the eye contact is really the number 1. You always want to maintain eye contact with the woman until she looks away first. You never look away first. Why? Because that's how you psychologically communicate dominance. Remember, it's all psychology. It doesn't really matter how strong you are. It really matters how strong you appear to be. And that is determined by psychology. So you really just hold the eye contact until she looks away, then you can look away too. Now, the step number 2, she orients her body towards you, okay? Feet, hips, and shoulders face you, even when others are around. People subconsciously turn towards what they want, 100%. So let's say you guys are in the social setting where there's a lot of people, and then instead of her sitting at the table looking at you sideways, she turns her entire body towards you. Shoulders, knees, and feet. That means that she wants your full attention and she is giving you her full attention. Now, usually, this communicates the attraction. However, if other steps here are not aligned, that might not communicate attraction for 100%. So I would say this is like an 80% chance that there is an attraction from her to you, that her body is pointed towards you. But if other steps are aligned as well, then that communicates a 100% attraction. And remember, people usually cannot control what their body do. They consciously don't think about it. They are just led by their emotion. And if the emotion is there, the attraction is there. So the body is about 80% accuracy, but definitely pay attention to it, especially when it aligns with the other steps. Now, frequent, genuine smiling. Her smile appears easily, especially when you speak, not just socially, but warmly and involuntarily. So she is constantly smiling and laughing at your jokes. Brother, you know you're not funny. You know it wasn't funny, but she still laughs. That communicates high attraction. Okay, no woman laughs at your jokes if she doesn't find you attractive. And if she's constantly smiling warmly, even when there's a weird pause between the conversation, and you guys are not currently speaking, and she always maintains a pretty warm, slight smile on her face, that communicates the attraction 100%, okay? So a woman who is really attracted to you, she laughs at your jokes, and just by her feeling so comfortable, she has a smile on her face because she's happy that you're paying attention to her and she feels comfortable in your presence. Now, another step is subtle self-touching or grooming. She adjusts her hair, jewelry, or clothing more often when interacting with you, a classic sign of self-preservation. So, some women already found out that they subconsciously play with their hair as they're speaking to you, so they consciously catch themselves to preserve the mystery, but then they immediately go to play with her jewelry or with her phone or with something on her body, right? She's constantly touching herself. A lot of times, it's hair. I would say about 80% of the time, okay? A woman will start playing with her hair as she speaks to you because she feels attracted. Now, they already know that we know that as guys. So she immediately switches to something else, playing with her fingers or jewelry, her rings, etc. That communicates that she is attractive. She just feels a lot of emotions and she can't really process it calmly, so then she starts burning that energy through motion, okay? So, like I said, the hair is usually the number one thing, unless you meet a woman who's conscious about it and she starts playing with something else. But long story short, if she's maintaining eye contact with you, if she's laughing all the time at your jokes and maintaining a smile, her body is positioned towards you, and then she plays with her hair, she's already communicating attraction right there. Regardless of what she says, you always believe to what she does. Now, she reduces physical distance. She stands or sits closer than necessary or finds excuses to be in your proximity. You are at a social setting and your coworker, out of all the empty chairs, sits right next to you. She can pick any spot. Everything is available, but she comes as close as possible to you. Why is that? Because she feels attraction, and now as she sits close to you and she positions her body towards you and is engaged in a conversation and she feels very comfortable and smiling and she's laughing, playing with her hair, or she just doesn't play with her hair because she's conscious about it, she plays with her jewelry, that's communication of attraction right there. You already know she wants things to go further than just sitting there, right? Maybe not at the moment, but she definitely enjoys the game and she hopes that this will lead to romantic outcome. So this is another thing that you always look for. How much presence is she seeking and how close does she get? If she's really attracted to you, she will get closer than necessary. Okay, she will enter your bubble. And that's how you know that she wants to be in a close distance. Remember, when you're attracting people, you're attracting them towards you. So things start moving to you, okay? Opportunities, money, women, everything starts coming closer to you until they touch you, okay? Until the opportunity personally touches you, money touches you, woman touches you. So that's the whole point. You're trying to be the man who attracts things in his life, doesn't chase. Because the law of the nature is, whatever you chase, it runs. And it makes it much harder to catch. So let's switch the script. Let's make things come to you by attracting it, and women will do the same as they're coming closer, physically, emotionally, okay? So then the next step is the light accidental touches. Brief contact on your arm, shoulder, or hand that seems casual but occurs consistently. So most likely what's going to happen, as she's laughing, she's going to grab your forearm. Or as she's laughing, she's going to grab your shoulder. This is communication of attraction. Now she's breaking the distance completely. She's actually becoming physical. As I said, the man who attracts things in his life and women in his life, he's pulling them closer until they start touching you. And you get so close until you end up inside of her. Okay, this is how the attraction between man and a woman works. So when she is the one initiating the romantic outcome, this is what you're going to see. Okay, she's going to break that distance just by laughing and touching your arm, laughing and touching your shoulders. Now, high engagement in conversations. That's the last step. She asks personal questions, remembers details you shared, and shows clear enthusiasm when you speak. So you can see in a woman that as you speak on whatever topic, she sits there like a little fan. Like she really loves everything you're saying. She's looking up to you. She loves your opinions. She loves the direction you're headed in life. And she just personally enjoys the conversation with you. And literally, when you speak, her eyes are wide open and she remembers every detail because everything you say is important to her. She will never pay this much attention to the man who doesn't interest her romantically, okay? Who she doesn't have feelings for or she doesn't have in her fantasies. Because remember, women always live in the fantasy. They always think about the fantasy. So when a woman doesn't feel anything and she's not attracted to you, she's not going to listen to you. Whatever you say is not going to be funny. Whatever you say is going to come through one ear inside and through the other ear outside. It just doesn't matter. But when there's attraction, everything matters, every small detail. And then, as she feels comfortable in your presence and she's applying all the signs from before, she won't stop speaking. Remember, a woman who feels comfortable in your presence cannot stop speaking to you. She wants to tell you everything. Her experiences, she wants to tell you everything she feels, everything she knows, all of her plans, everything she did that day, her workouts, her nutrition, everything she wants to share. Women love to speak to the man who they feel emotions with. Okay, so that was the last step. Now, this is always a situation when you're trying to evaluate whether the person from the outside wants you. You can also apply this on your own partner, on your own wife, and take her to the social event and watch how she behaves. That's actually one of my tests. Get a girl drunk and let her mingle in the crowd. And I watch for exact same signs because what she says doesn't matter. Women tried that before with me. I mean, it doesn't matter what they say. What they do is what's important. I burned myself a couple times on this. So this is coming from the experience. So one of my first steps when I used to date was to get a girl drunk and take her into a social setting and just watch her behavior. If she's maintaining a really playful eye contact with men, and I watch her looking at the man and looking away, looking at the man, looking away, and then she orients the body position towards the man she currently speaks to. Also, the step number 3, genuine smiling. She constantly laughs at his jokes and feels amazed. And she's just so open and, she has open arms and she's absorbing all of his information. Then she touches him when she's laughing or she's grooming her hair. She's touching her jewelry and stuff like that. She reduces distance. She gets very close to the other man. And then she talks to him a lot. She's super engaged in the conversation and she loves it. I already know this chick is not going to be my lifelong partner. Why? Because other chicks tried before and I know how it ended up. So, pretty much what's happened, I'm just in a distance watching her behavior, evaluating what I'm going to face in the future. Because these women will explode your nuclear weapon on your head all the time. And it also applies to men. If you're a female and watching this, it also applies to men. So you can actually look at your husband and just observe him. What does he do in a social setting? Because what you're going to realize, you never want to react to that. I'm going to tell you why. If you see a girl doing all these signs to a different man, you never want to tell her that. Why? Because you're going to be the crazy, envious, jealous motherfucker. Always, all the time. She's going to twist it against you and she's going to change the narrative that you're the jealous one and she only has a good time. Yeah, right, because I haven't heard that before. So that's just how she is. She is just friendly. You can twist the narrative however you want with the words. That's why believing the words is just amateur. It's the amateur, amateur low-level man who believes her words because she just exposed herself with her body language. So you're a step ahead because you understand it. But she still realized that she can cover up everything she did with her words. And same goes for men, okay? Whatever people say, they say so it fits their narrative the best. And they want to always be the hero of their own story. So if there's a good and a bad, in her mind, she always has to be the good one, so you have to be the bad, jealous boyfriend. That's why you keep all of that information to yourself, and you just clearly seeing what the reality is when she is drunk, so she's even more open to all of these signs, and she's alone in the social setting. Don't bring it up. You just adjust yourself accordingly to what you see. Ideally, you want to have a girl who, if you go to a social setting with, she's by your side. She's just with you, having fun with you. She has a brief small talks with other people, but she's completely paying her attention to you. She doesn't just go mingle around for 3 hours with other people and you see her on a dance floor with some other dude or something like that. You don't want to have a girlfriend who just disappears in the middle of the crowd and she's gone. Okay? That's when you're actually going to find these signs with the chicks like that. If a girl is right by your side and you just talk and then she just talks with her friends, but then she comes back to you, etc., that's a really good behavior when she is drunk. So watch it, because I see a lot of men, I have consultations with men every single day who just deny these signs. They deny it and then they end up paying a big price for it, because what I always hear is that you don't know my girl. She is just friendly. Dude, tell me something I haven't heard before. Okay, it's like every single man who ends up paying big price for ignoring these signs has told me that his girl is just friendly, and she ended up not being just friendly with a dick in her mouth. Okay, so that's what you gotta watch for. That brings you pretty much step ahead, because body language is controlled by subconscious. So you're not aware of it. You don't really know consciously what you're doing. And you just watch it. That puts you a step ahead. That was it for today's lesson. Please hit like and subscribe on my channel. We're going to be going through these stories more and more often. And I'm going to be giving you more and more practical steps of how you can apply it in your life. I'll see you in the next video.